I want to ask you something, and I want to think you about it before you actually give me an answer. When you were a kid, was your dad angry? Some of you will answer yes straight away. You grew up with an angry dad. You know exactly what I'm talking about. How quiet the house got when he came home. Didn't want to disturb him, creeping around on eggshells, the tension in the air. And some of you, like me, will say no. My dad was a calm dad. He was present and he was a good man. And yet here you are watching a video about breaking a cycle about an angry man. Because somehow, despite not learning it from him, it happened anyway. That's what I want to talk to you about today. Where it really comes from. Keeps it going. And what it takes to end it. Not just for you, but for your kids and their kids. Most people think the generational cycle works like that, like this. Angry dad raises angry kids, and so on. And yes, that happens, and it happens a lot. If your dad was an angry dad, you have a much higher chance of becoming one yourself. Because it's what you saw, it's what you got dialed into. But that's not the only way it works. Because anger in dads doesn't just come from watching it, it comes from being overwhelmed. It comes from carrying too much. From pressure that has nowhere to go. From a world that tells me to handle everything. Show nothing and never ask for help. From stress, sleep deprivation, and arriving home nearly every night at breaking point. In other words, the cycle isn't just passed down through behaviour, it's passed down through silence. Through never being taught how to manage what you carry. Through a complete absence of any other way. It's not, how did I learn this from my dad? It's, what can I do that stops me from teaching it to my kids? So, if it's not just about copying your father, where's it actually come from? And here's what I found. For most dads, it's one of these four things. Number one, you were never told what to do with big emotions. Most men grew up in homes where feelings weren't discussed. You handled things. You got on with it. Nobody sat you down and said, here's what you do when you get overwhelmed. Here's how to process frustration. Here's how to deal with it without taking it out on the people you love. So you never learn. And now you're dad, and the pressure is enormous. And you still don't have the tools. Number two, you're carrying more than one person ever should. Provider pressure, work stress, the weight of being responsible for a family, the fear of failing. Most dads are walking around under enormous load. And nobody asks them how they're doing. Anger is often just that, a load looking for an exit. 3, the transition between worlds is broken. So you go from one of the most stressful worlds, the workplace, driving home, and then you're expected to arrive home and the world is completely different. Young kids and a wife. And between you coming home from work, there's no transition. It's just straight from the hectic work and social to a young family. And this collision can get ugly if you don't have the right tools to deal with it. The last one, 4, and nobody held you accountable early enough. So if it happened in the past and you acted out, everyone thought, oh, maybe that's just a one-off, and no one nipped it in the bud and decided to say, hey, you shouldn't actually deal with that. And so it got let to continue, and then it happened again and again. So how do we actually break this? Not just end it, break it, end it. Be the dad who stopped the pattern so your kids never have to do it. Here's how I think about it. Here are 3 things that you need. 1, you need to name it. You need to own it. I'm an angry dad. The pattern needs to be named before it can be changed. Say it out loud at least once. I'm an angry dad, but I don't want to be this way. That moment of naming it, taking no more excuses, is where it starts, not where it ends. That's where it starts. Number 2, you need a system, not just willpower. So you need something that's going to be there no matter what, not when you're motivated. Willpower runs out, especially when your glass is full and you arrive home. So we need a way to reduce you being overwhelmed so you're not coming home angry or at the tipping point. And 3, you need to repair what's already broken. If the anger has been there for a while, there's obviously going to be some damage. Your kids may have learned to be careful around you and may be holding back some of the love they want to give. Your partner may have pulled back. The pattern doesn't just stop, it leaves marks. Repair is part of breaking the cycle, not one apology. As an ongoing consistent shift in who you want to become, so you need an ongoing consistent behaviour that doesn't stop until the damage has been repaired. Your kids are watching you just as you watched your dad. My dad wasn't angry. He was one of the calmest men I ever met, and I still ended up here. Building a system to manage something he never had to teach me, because life handed it to me anyway. And that tells me something. It tells me it isn't about blame. It's not about your dad or his dad or what you were and weren't shown. It's about what you decide to do now, right now. You are the first person in your family that's actively looking to break this cycle. Not because someone forced you, but because you decided to watch a video on the internet one day. And something in that video rang true. And you decided that your kids deserved a different future. That decision right there is the pattern breaking. And you decided to take care of that. Everything else is just the work that follows. The Beyond Anger course goes deeper than that. Module 3 is entirely on generational patterns. Where they come from, how they get wired in, and specific work that you need to undertake to get rid of them. Module 5 is a repair framework, how to build trust with your kids once the pattern has shifted. I'm in the process of building the course, so if it's complete, it'll be in the links below. If it's not complete yet, there might be an early bird offer. The ebook, however, is available now. That's if you want to start tonight, and it's for less than a tank of gas. There's a link in the description for that too. Next video, I'm going to go into why you're so angry as a dad and why it's what not most people think. See you in the next one.